Jagdeep Dhankar, once a self-proclaimed reluctant politician, leaves behind a fiery legacy as India's vice president, marked by daily clashes in parliament, a bold stance against the judiciary, and a dramatic early resignation. From fierce debates in Rajya Sabha to questioning the Supreme Court's powers, Dhankar never shied away from controversy. He challenged the top court's verdict, striking down the National Judicial Appointments Commission Act, right in front of the Chief Justice of India.
The Parliament, in a much-needed historic step, passed the 99th Constitutional Amendment Bill, paving way for the National Judicial Commission. There was unprecedented support to the above. On August 13, 2014, the Lok Sabha unanimously voted in its favor, with there being no abstention. This House too passed it unanimously on August 14, 2014, with one abstention. Rarely in parliamentary democracy there has been such massive support to a constitutional legislation. This process fructified into a constitutional prescription. After 16 state assemblies out of the 29 states ratified the central legislation, the President of India, in terms of Article 111, accorded his consent on December 31, 2014. This was culmination of a basic, fundamental parliamentary process. This historic parliamentary mandate was undone by the Supreme Court on October 16, 2015, by a majority of 4:1, finding the same as not being in consonance with the judicially evolved doctrine of basic structure of the Constitution. Honorable members, there is no parallel to such development in democratic history, where a duly legitimized constitutional prescription has been judicially undone. A glaring instance of severe compromise of parliamentary sovereignty and disregard of the mandate of the people, of which this House and the Lok Sabha are custodians. Honorable members, we need to bear in mind that in democratic governance, basic of any basic structure is the prevalence of the primacy of the mandate of the people reflected in the Parliament. Parliament is the exclusive and ultimate determinative of the architecture of the Constitution. It is disconcerting to note that on such a momentous issue, so vital to democratic fabric, there has been no focus in the Parliament now for over 7 years. This House, in concert with the Lok Sabha, being custodian of the ordainment of the people, is duty bound to address the issue, and I'm sure it will do so. Honorable members, authorities in constitutional positions in any institution are required to exemplify their conduct by high standards of propriety, dignity, and decorum. Time for all constitutional institutions to reflect and give quietus to public display of adversarially challenging stance, trading or exchange of advisories emanating from these platforms. I urge the members of the House to proactively catalyze evolution of wholesome, cordial ecosystem, ending this aberration. It is institutional, seamless, correct, marked with mutual trust and respect that generates ecosystem best suited for serving the nation. This House needs to catalyze this wholesome environment to promote synergic functioning of constitutional institutions, emphasizing need to respect Lakshman Rekha.
As chair of the Rajya Sabha, his sessions were anything but dull. Dhankar routinely locked horns with the opposition, especially legal heavyweights from the Congress. His tenure saw an unprecedented motion of removal moved against him by the opposition, a first for any vice president in India's history. Despite health concerns and hospitalization early this year, Dhankar was seen active and energetic until his sudden resignation, citing medical reasons. Ironically, just days before stepping down, he had said he would retire only with divine intervention.
I can only assure you my fullest commitment to be a good student. Professor Shanti Shri Dhuli Pudi Pandit ji, Vice Chancellor JNU, Professor M.S. Chetra, Director ICSA, अखिल भारतीय टोली सदस्य प्रार्थना प्रवाह, माननीय नंद कुमार जी, प्लीज you may retire. I will retire at the right time. August 2027. Subject to divine intervention.
His journey from a farmer's son in Rajasthan to a Supreme Court lawyer, Union Minister, Governor of West Bengal, and finally the Vice President of India has been nothing short of eventful. As Governor of Bengal, he clashed constantly with the Mamata Banerjee-led TMC government, earning a reputation for his uncompromising political posture. As Vice President, he carried the same combative spirit into the Rajya Sabha. But Dhankar's voice wasn't limited to politics. He stood up for farmers, often echoing their concerns. In December 2024, he openly asked the Agriculture Minister why promises to farmers hasn't been fulfilled, in remarks that raised eyebrows even within the ruling establishment.
मानकर चलिए अपने रास्ता भटक गए हैं, हम उस रास्ते पर गए हैं जो खतरनाक है, और मेरी दृढ़ मान्यता है इसके समाधान की कुंजी प्रधानमंत्री जी दे चुके हैं कि वार्तालाप होना चाहिए। मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा जब माननीय जगजीत सिंह ने सार्वजनिक रूप से पहले तो संज्ञान लिया कि मैंने क्या कहा, और फिर उन्होंने तीन ही बातें कही। किसान को एमएसपी गारंटी कानून चाहिए। खुले मन से देखो, खुले मन से सोचो, आकलन करो, देने के क्या फायदे, नहीं देने का क्या नुकसान है। आप तुरंत पाओगे इसमें नुकसान ही नुकसान है। दूसरा, एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर ने लिखित में जो वादा किया, ये समय कष्टदायक है मेरे लिए, क्योंकि मैं राष्ट्र धर्म से ओतप्रोत हूं। पहली बार मैंने भारत को बदलते हुए देखा है। पहली बार मैं महसूस कर रहा हूं कि विकसित भारत हमारा सपना नहीं, लक्ष्य है। दुनिया में भारत कभी इतनी बुलंदी पर नहीं था। दुनिया में हमारी साख पहले कभी इतनी नहीं थी। भारत का प्रधानमंत्री आज विश्व के शीर्ष नेताओं में गिना जाता है। जब ऐसा हो रहा है तो मेरा किसान परेशान क्यों है, क्यों पीड़ित है? Why the farmer is stressed? ये बहुत गहराई का मुद्दा है। इसको हल्के में लेने का मतलब है we are not practical, our policy making is not in right track। कौन है वो लोग कहते हैं कि अपने किसान को उसके उत्पाद की उचित मूल्य दे देंगे, तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता कोई पहाड़ गिरेगा। किसान अकेला है जो ऐसा है, he doesn't decide what he can decide। कृषि मंत्री जी, एक एक पल आपका भारी है। मेरे आपसे आग्रह है और भारत के संविधान के तहत दूसरे पद पर विराजमान व्यक्ति आपसे अनुरोध कर रहा है कि कृपया करके मुझे बताइए, क्या किसान से वादा किया गया था और वादा किया गया वादा क्यों नहीं निभाया गया, और वादा निभाने के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं। गत वर्ष भी आंदोलन था, इस वर्ष भी आंदोलन है, काल चक्कर घूम रहा है, हम कुछ कर नहीं रहे हैं।
Thankar's exit nearly 2 years before completing his term has left a vacuum in Parliament's upper house and a trail of debates that will echo long after his departure. From a courtroom to the Rajya Sabha chair, Jagdeep Dhankar redefined the role of India's vice president, outspoken, unfiltered and unafraid.